Hey, my lovely audience, compliments of the seasons. I'm Julie, your regular host from Makasibe TV, and today we are going to explore something that is very important to note. Have you found yourself in emotional affair? Sometimes very strong and deep-rooted affection for an opposite sex who is not your known partner? Let me quickly say without judging you, that is already cheating. In early stages, it may not have involved coital or carnal activity, but with progressive developments and conducive environment, it will surely get there and go further to destroy your established relationship. In essence, many cheats did not know how they got to where they are, but continued after because intercourse has taken place and ego issues are in place. In this video, we will expose the mistakes we innocently do that takes us through the path to a full-blown cheating spouse. We will present 15 things you need to avoid so that you do not avoid intentionally sign up for cheating without knowing it. Follow this video to the end. Don't skip as there is one that is the most common case most people are usually guilty of. Sit back and enjoy the topic. How to avoid unintended emotional affair. Many people, even if you're married to the best spouse in the whole world, if you do not guard your heart, you may end up falling in love with someone aside your spouse and eventually ruin your marriage. No one gets married and plans to have an affair, but lots of married men and women are into affairs today because they slept when they should have been wide awake with their five senses alert. First, don't be too friendly with the opposite sex. This is where lots of married people land in trouble. Over spirituality and pride will destroy your marriage. You can't handle close relationship with the opposite sex as a married person. Your heart is involved. Set boundaries. Be disciplined, be cordial, be respectful, be godly, be holy. But create distance and let the things of the office end in the office. Let the things of the faith end in the church or mosque. Create boundaries. Please do not take the pastor as a friend without boundaries. Do not entertain late and odd hour calls or visits from office or church. 2. Don't share your personal problems with an opposite sex friend. It will bond you together. Problems bond people. 3. Don't contact any opposite sex you are fond of. If you secretly admire them, you're fond of them, and there is a tingling in your heart at the mere thought of them. Don't contact. Don't bank on your discipline. You may fall and only realize after you release. 4. Avoid unnecessary eye contact that lingers with the opposite sex. A lot of connection goes through the eyes. Besides, your mind can be read from your eyes. It's natural to have someone else you admire. You can't control that. But if you exchange longer eye contacts, that admiration can be read and encourage a step ahead. 5. Don't tell an opposite sex you are romantic or sexy. That private information is for your spouse only. Don't tell opposite sex that you're horny. No, talk about the details of your sexualities. 6. Avoid discussion with opposite sex when you are tired, very sad, depressed, sorrowful, drowsy, sleepy, or very sick. This can cloud your judgment and make you say silly things. Talk to your husband or wife instead. 7. Avoid unnecessary compliments from the opposite sex. As much as you restrict giving compliments, don't pay attention or notice when you are complimented. It will discourage the opposite sex. Going further, that will eventually make you fall. 8. Stop saying I love you to the opposite sex. For what? And other suggestive words and gestures. Even in texting, never use love-suggesting emojis and ambiguous comments. That can be misinterpreted. 9. Work on your marriage. Keep the fire of love and romance alive in your marriage. 10. Protect your family. Don't share your marital problems with your opposite sex friend. If it will bond you. In trying to emphasize and find solutions, you both will start feeling the emotional connection. 11. Never flirt with the opposite sex, especially men. They test the waters with one leg and then two. So they start slowly to be more erotic. So watch the jokes you share with opposite sex. Do not fail to remind fellow that this is not allowed in the marital status you are in now. Simply say, my spouse will not like what you're saying, sends a powerful message that usually stops the progress of the relationship in that erotic direction. 12. Mind the pictures you post on social media. Limit pictures that show your curves or portray you as sexy. It gives leverage to opposite sex to tempt you. Remember, the only sure way to overcome temptation is not to be tempted. 13. Do not contact all your ex after marriage, especially for no reason and outside the knowledge of your current spouse. Contact only when it's inevitable, as the fact that he or she is ex doesn't make them instinct to you. You may need them again. 14. Don't chat with the opposite sex on the days you are horny. 15. Stop focusing on your spouse's weaknesses and appreciate their strength. If you always see the bad side of your spouse, you will be angry, bitter, critical, and look for someone who can understand and make you feel happy aside your spouse. That is the beginning of an emotional affair and eventual sexual affair. It is the beginning of the end of once a glorious marriage. Flee from all appearance of evil is what the Bible says in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verses 22 to 24. What you will not eat, don't bring it to your nose. Don't smell it. Don't start what you cannot finish. Avoid all emotional and sexual affairs. They will destroy your marriage. Please, do not take a step that will lead to eternal regret. That's all we have for you today on this episode. Until we come your way very soon. From us here, thanks and God bless you and everything about you. Bye for now.